Right, hey, shalom, shalom. Before I get started, as always, I want to give all praise to our power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Recha HaKodash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and salutation and blessings to the hopeful elect scattered throughout the four winds of the earth. Excuse me, that believe wholeheartedly in this truth. All right. If you can see in the title, history about to repeat in the worst way. All right, history about to repeat itself in the worst way, and of course, we gonna definitely go into the scriptures and show you in times past, um, the sieges and the conditions of those sieges, and when nations came against us in our homeland, and we gonna marry it right here to this news. Um, as you can see, Texas Governor Abbott declares border invasion, sending gunboats, National Guard, and more. Now, the video you saw before this, all right, was actual footage of I forget the name of the Texas city on the border, Eagle Pass, I believe it is, Eagle Pass, Texas, and this is a video of a patriot, not even like a. This is just an Edomite living in Texas that, uh, shot this from a drone. You see the infrared um, body. Now you can't really make out if do they have on uniforms and this, that, and the third. But we got to know what time we living in, okay? And if this is happening in Texas, it's happening in California, it's happening in up north Canada. It's happening all around. All right, it's happening all around. Okay, we are not in the time of goddamn the holy holidays, man. All right, we ain't in the time of that. We ain't never been in that time, man. We getting ready to witness Jacob's trouble live in living color, man. That's what we getting ready to witness because this is what's about to go down. All right, the scriptures tell us. Let me get that real quick. Let's get that scripture. To every time there is a season. We ain't in the season of jolly and joy. Okay? This is what people are being rocked to sleep with this bullshit. These bullshit ass holidays, they're gonna fatten your ass up for Thanksgiving and something major can happen. You know? Let me get that real quick in the book of Ecclesiastes. Okay? It says, Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1. All right? And I'm going to jump down to 8 after verse 1. All right? It says, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Now, knowing in hearing this scripture, you have to know as an individual, all right? Us brothers that believe in this knowledge, that have been fighting and hoping and praying the Lord don't take the spirit off of us and we continue to push forward. We know what time it is. All right, we doing these videos for you newer brothers, you first time listeners. All right, for you to prepare yourself and also for us too. All right, to keep us on point, to keep us sharp, and to keep our faith. You know what I'm saying? Continuously building. Okay. But we know what time we living in. It's about to get real nasty in Babylon the Great, man. All right, they didn't gave you many distractions. They didn't gave you the Yay. He's out there doing concerts with gospel hip hop music now. You know, and Jake went that way. Okay, you got Kyrie's situation. You know, he just shitted on the Israelites. Here it is. Jake went out there to stand for him. With his situation he had, the group by the name of IUIC, and he shitted on him. All right, and a lot of you are still standing with these two characters, man. But uh, uh, the same, what they learned from, they quiet about it now. All right, I mean Kanye, he's still speaking a little more, but and we're not looking for these celebrities to get with this truth 100%. It's not gonna happen. Those were mere truthful distractions. All right, with lies married into it, or with this, it was truth with distraction into it. Meanwhile, they've been shipping over these uh, uh, international migrants, as they call them, or migrants. Them that infrared video didn't look like no effing migrants. You didn't see no women. You didn't see no feminine type energy. You didn't see no little children. That looked like a platoon of soldiers, and there's no telling how many they've been bringing across ever since that whole thing in Ukraine started. All right, and before that, okay. I remember back in 2021 doing videos on the Babylon the Great being invaded. Okay, scriptures back up the invasion. Okay, so it's coming. Okay, and not only is this place gonna be invaded, there will be no power, no communication. All right, playtime is finna be over. So again, Ecclesiastes 3:1, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. Verse 8, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. Now look around and analyze what's going on in society, and you figure out what time we in. The Most High tells you, all right, that to every purpose there's a time under heaven. And we definitely are not in the time of no love, and we definitely aren't in the time of peace. These Edomites are talking about blowing up the whole world. Them Russians. There's an invasion, and troops are being stationed where they need to be for when this thing goes down. And it's going down because of you, Jake. It's going down primarily because of you, Jake. You Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You're the ones that's finna get this ass whooping from Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, all right? So, let me go back to that article. I'm going to read, just a little bit. You just type this in Google or whatever search engine you use, and this was, I believe, 6 days ago. All right, you got some articles that was 4-5 days ago. All right, but this is just uploaded, or just loaded. This is November 15th, 2022. All right, Texas Governor Abbott declares border invasion, sending gunboats, National Guard, and more. Okay. It says Republican Texas Governor Greg Abbott declared on Tuesday morning that an invasion is taking place along the U.S. southern border, that he will send National Guard troops and gunboats to secure the border and repel people trying to cross illegally. All right? And you got, and there's no reason. I remember a couple of, maybe a few months ago, they passed a law in Texas that every citizen, I believe, if you were 21 or over, or maybe 18 or over, you were allowed to carry a weapon, a firearm, without any license. without any proof of that you have the proper paperwork to carry your weapon. All right? Here we are now. He's declaring an invasion at the southern border, and he's sending the National Guard troops in gunboats. Okay? And they not sending gunboats and National Guard troops for women and children and families trying to get over here to make a better life. Okay? He knows something. Okay? This is a tweet he says here. It says, I invoked the invasion clauses of the U.S. and Texas constitutions to fully authorize Texas to take unprecedented measures to defend our state against an invasion, meaning we finna go to war. And it makes sense too with Texas because you got a lot of these preppers, so to speak. You know, in Texas is a big state. You got a lot of patriots down there. And like I said, it can't be just Texas. All right? They all in California. And they've been coming for years now. All right? Since the whole pandemic started. So they are already in position in where they need to be. All right? We talking about you know, I'm just gonna throw a number. We talking about thousands upon thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of shit, if not millions of troops, you know, being staged in different areas throughout the South, throughout the coasts of Babylon the Great, ready for the go ahead to get cracking on the American people, mainly the Israelites. All right. Because this has always been about Israel. Ain't, you know, all that other shit is extra. That's the Most High making the movie more interesting. But the deep and the understanding of the movie is all about Israel. All right? It's always been about Israel. They gonna really lay you even with the ground, as the scriptures say. All right? It says, I'm using that constitutional authority and other authorization and executive orders to keep our state and country safe. All right? So they see something that's going on, all right, that most the rest of the US don't even see. All right? I mean, it's basically you know, the law that he invoked to make things happen. So he's sending out the guard. Who knows, man? Some can go down while you stuffed with turkey, mashed potatoes and shit, mac and cheese and greens. You on the couch with the itis, watching the game. All right. We ain't in the time for all that, man. We ain't never been in that time. We in the time of war out here. Okay. Now, I want to play these couple of more videos with these videos I had watched from Dabu 7. All right. Now this first one, I believe this one was uploaded.
What's up, guys? Dub.
This was uploaded probably a month ago. All right. And he's always bringing out intel and you know, things to come. Okay. Now in this video, he's talking about blackouts during the winter. We just now, you know, we ain't even hit the you know, the pinnacle of winter yet. Okay. You see everybody around in Babylon, a lot of people are sick right now. A lot of people are sick. All right? And it's a lot of people that took that, you know what, whose immune system is shot and they can't shake a regular sickness. They can't shake that mucus. They can't shake that cold. They can't shake, them body aches because they have no defense mechanism in their body. Their immune system has been compromised. All right. So yeah, it's getting ready to go down. But let's listen.
7 back at you here with another one. And I want to talk about having a plan for when the lights go out, especially going into this winter. It seems that the powers that be have a knack for.
Now, the lights going out biblically, all right? When we go to the Apocrypha, right? Let's go there. Pull up the Apocrypha real quick. The scriptures tell us that the Lord said he was going to plague Egypt as before, all right? And what was one of the plagues of ancient Egypt? One of the plagues of ancient Egypt was darkness, all right? Let me get there real quick. Salakia, bear with me a second. That scripture comes out so much. Let me type in plagues as before. Here we go. I was in the right area. All right, 2nd Ezra 15:11. All right. It says, but I will bring them with a mighty hand, talking about the elect, because we're going to need Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh. Matter of fact, let me go here, man. Get all the meat off of this bone. Okay. 2nd Ezra 15:10, it says, behold, my people was led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. All right, we here in modern Egypt. Look at the back of your dollar bill. All right, what is a Egyptian pyramid doing on it? All right, we are in modern day Egypt. Okay, it says, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, talking about the elect, and smite Egypt with plagues as before. And I will destroy all the land thereof. All right. So going back to Dabu 7's video here, he's talking about these blackouts. Okay. That's gonna be the darkness the Lord gonna put on here. Plus, he gonna put a spiritual darkness on this place as he did Egypt in the ancient world. All right. Okay. It was so dark that those Egyptians, they couldn't even light a flame to get them out of the darkness. Okay? Only thing that they could see is a flame that appeared of itself. Okay? And that's in the book of what's that? Wisdom of Solomon, the 17th chapter. All right? So let's play some more.
For trying to catch the people when they're slipping. You do not want to get caught slipping this winter with no heat. When we got a lot of stuff going on, and it's all by design out here on this world stage. If you haven't noticed, Ukraine, half of it's in the dark by design. Of course, it's getting bombarded by bombs and missiles. But this is all part of cutting off Europe. And this is all part of making Europe suffer here. And it's not the government, it is the people. Okay? Now, EU countries are being told to share gas. This is pretty critical. And the energy minister out of Qatar is saying that they're going to face this crisis now for years to come, without a doubt. The power costs in Italy alone going through the roof. I've done reported on Spain.
So they've already painted the narrative around the whole world. They've painted this narrative that there's gonna be this crisis of power and natural energy and natural gas. All right, the narrative's been painted. All right, and they gonna blame the harsh winters, the cold. Okay, we remember what happened to Texas a couple of years ago when they used their weather weapons and froze them people, man. You know, so much so people on TikTok and different social medias, you know, putting out videos asking to come to people's house. If they had heat, people were barbecuing their baby cribs just to keep warm. It was so powerless that people were lighting their barbecue pits inside their homes, burning anything necessary just to keep warm. Okay, and that dark winter that Sleepy Joe was talking about a couple years ago, I believe that winter is upon us all now. All right. So one more video, and then I'm gonna hit the rest of these scriptures. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. It's the wrong one. This one.
This is Dabu 7, and it seems the mainstream media wants.
And this was 2 days ago. Okay. The same thing he's getting ready to mention. I just showed you the article on the American Military News. All right.
Turn a cheek to what's happening at the border, but you just can't turn a blind eye to what's happening there because this invasion is getting larger and larger. And that's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it's been dubbed at this point by the Texas governor. And he is now sending out these armored tanks, these M113 armored personal carriers to various positions along the border with troops, and this is after he threatened to send gunboats down into the area to stop this influx of migrants at the border. On the live show, I showed thermal drone images of these armies of people.
And that's what you saw at the beginning of this video. All right? That's what you saw. Those ain't regular migrants coming to seek refuge. Okay? That was a platoon, a major one, bigger than a platoon. All right? And ain't no telling what nationality they were. All right? But they here. And Yahweh Shai warned us of these things. All right? We're going to read it.
Crossing the border daily. A shout out to the Dark Skywatcher down there in Arizona working the border. The work is appreciated, my brother. He's tracking down coyotes and drug smugglers and all this other stuff. And coyotes are people that smuggle people, human traffickers and things of that nature. And they're coming across a lot of it. So at this point, these heavily armored vehicles that move on tracks are being put down on the border with troops to run them. And as of right now, it is unclear if these vehicles here will be equipped with weapons, because they can't equip heavy machine guns and grenade launchers on these types of vehicles.
Those types of vehicles are for war, all right? They not sending them type of vehicles for no, the Spanish-speaking tribes coming over here, swimming over here to seek refuge, man. Come on, man. Shit about to go down, man. You got to have on your whole armor of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. It's about to be a lot of death out here. A lot of it. Jake bullshitting. They ain't paying attention to what's going on, man. You can't be in the spirit of trying to wake up family that's bullshitting, man. They getting ready to celebrate Thanksgiving, man. Nah, let them. You gotta. Hey, a lot of people about to die, man. Okay? And the Lord is the one that's getting ready to kill them. Now, let's get to these scriptures, because the title is History About to Repeat Itself in the Worst Way. Okay? Now, we're going to go straight to Deuteronomy, because this was told to us before we even got into our land. All right? This was being told to us, all right? by one of our forefathers, Moses. All right. Before any of this happened to us, this was told to us that this was going to happen. And it happened throughout our history. And it's getting ready to happen again for the last time. And this is going to be the worst time. Okay? Pursuing the Daniel, the 12th chapter. All right? And those armies is just that's just a part of what's getting ready to happen. Okay? There's a lot that takes place within a siege of a nation. See, America's been a nourishing place. I mean, look at Jake now. Jake is starting to get his hands on what he would think is real money. The average Jake out there, if he can do something stupid on the phone or if he's actually smart on the phone, it don't matter. Jake is getting their hands on money that they've never had. You play video games and be a millionaire, you know? So let's look at what was prophesied that would happen to us, all right, before it even happened. And it continually happened, and it's getting ready to happen again. This is matter of fact, since I said that, let me get one more scripture in Ecclesiastes again. Ecclesiastes, the 1st chapter, the 9th verse. Okay. And then we'll go back to that. Ecclesiastes 1:9. It says, the thing that have been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It have been already of old time, which was before us. Okay? So these things has happened to us, and it's getting ready to happen again. All right? It's getting ready to happen again. Let me see. I think there's one more. Well, that's it. It's the same thing, but it's dealing with, I'll read it. Ecclesiastes 2:16. For there is no remembrance of the wise more. No, that's not it. I'm slacking. That which now is the days to come shall all be forgotten. All right. Wait a minute. Salakia. Maybe it's the 3rd chapter. Yep, this is it. Salakia. Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter, in the 15th verse. All right, it says, that which have been is now, and that which is to be have already been. And the Most High requireth that which is past. Okay? So let's go back to this history that has happened to us, was getting ready to happen to us again. All right? But us hopeful members of the elect, we're looking to be saved out of it, as we read in 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. Okay? Deuteronomy 28:49, it says, the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth. All right? And that happened to us many times. All right? When we went off. Again, it's about to happen again. Okay? We at the end, man. Okay? It says, the nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. And believe you me, these UN troops, these Gurkha troops, all these troops that's coming over here, you ain't going to understand their language. All right? Because they're not going to be speaking English. Okay? Because American soldiers ain't going to kill off their own people. Okay? They're going to try to protect against the invasion of these other nations. That's what's taking place. Okay? The governor of Texas declared an invasion, and he sent the National Guard troops. An invasion of who? Okay? A nation whose tongue we shall not understand. All right? The Most High not playing. The Most High is not playing with you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. The whole earth is uttering the truth. The prophets have put the vibration of the truth in the earth, and 2/3 of you Jakes still are going to stay in that state. You still going to rebel and just do what you're going to do, and this is why you will die when all hell breaks loose in Babylon the Great, man. Okay? It says, a nation of fierce countenance which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young. Okay? And that's going to be a real reality check for you people out here. You know how the police slam a female and, shoot a man in a wheelchair and tackle an older man and choke him out till he can't breathe, and everybody stand around and watch. Wait till they just start popping your grandmama. All right, children. It's gonna be a cold, harsh reality check for you people here in Babylon the Great. I'm talking about my people, you Israelites. Okay. It says, a nation of fierce countenance which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young. And he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle and the fruit of thy land until thou be destroyed. Okay? Now, going back to 2 Ezra 15, it says they're going to take you out of their houses and spoil your goods. The 16th chapter. Okay? Which also shall not leave thee either corn, wine, or oil, or the increase of thine kind, or flocks of thy sheep, until he have destroyed thee. And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates. Okay? They gonna do you like they did us in the ancient world. They would siege us off and starve us out. And that's what's happening. Food shortages, all them factories that just magically went up in flames and destroyed. Okay? Last year. Okay? All the farms that were told to destroy their crop. Everything's getting ready to hit, Jake. Okay, I had mentioned a while ago when I be going out to the camp, and I go to the brother city about an hour away, and in these out is this old farm. 2.5, 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago, they had the dirt raised, and they had a whole. I'm talking about a few acres. Okay, they had acres of Walmart trailers stashed right there. Just this past Saturday, when I was on my way out there, they cleared them out. It was probably maybe 25 of them there, when there were hundreds of them. Okay, hundreds of 53-foot rail trailers. Okay, now they're cleared out, so they're moving. All right, they're moving under the guise of darkness. All right, getting everything in position. Okay, it says verse 52 again, and he shall besiege thee in all thy gates until the high and fenced walls come down wherein thou trustest. All right, and you trust in the shadow of Egypt. All right, and that's in the book of Isaiah, the 30th chapter. All right, let's go there real quick. Okay, you put on the spirit which is not of the Most High. I believe that's either 30 or 33. Now my blue letter freezing. type it in. Okay. You've been pacified so long in Babylon, you think that you good here. There's Isaiah 30. Okay. Oops, Salaki. I want to read it, not copy it. Okay, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 1. Okay, it says, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord. You Israelites, you're the rebellious children. These troops are getting ready to come in and get at you. Yeah, they gonna, Esau, they gonna get into wars with him and all that. But this punishment that's happening to America, the Lord bringing the vengeance upon this place, is your punishment, Jacob's trouble. Okay? It said, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, and that they may add sin to sin. And this is what you trust in here in Babylon. You trust in all the bullshit that Esau taught you. And the main thing you trust in is having your money right, your bag. Okay? Verse 2, that walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked of my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. And to trust in the shadow of Egypt, in this day and age, a lot of you jakes are taking up arms because that's what Americans do. All right, you've lost your sense of being spiritual. All right, your spirituality goes as far as either being a Christian or a bugged out, a woke, starved person. Okay? When your true power lies in the strength of the God of the Bible, whose name is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushua. All right? And you gonna find that out real soon, all right? You getting ready to find that out real soon here in Babylon the Great. Verse 3, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame. Okay? What you've learned over here in Babylon, it's going to be your shame because you trusted in it. And you can't say you didn't have no, you didn't know, because there ain't no excuse. The Lord had Kyrie and Ye say that they were the real people. Okay? Billions of people are searching that out. And the majority of you billions is you Israelites. Okay? And the Lord is in the midst. So he's throwing videos of the true Israelites. He's throwing videos for you to get understanding all over the internet. Okay? But you trust in the shadow of Egypt, and this is going to be your shame. It's going to be to your destruction. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. All right? And it's going to be a lot of jakes out here confused when this shit go down. All right? A lot of you are not going to know what, why, or how. Okay? Or who. All you're going to see is judgment coming left and right. Death everywhere. Okay? But us hopeful members of the elect, Lord will, to the end, wisdom and knowledge is going to keep us stable in these times. We not gonna bug out when this shit go down. All right? Scripture said you a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself. Where are we hiding? We're hiding in this knowledge. We're hiding in the names of Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai. All right? That's where our help is coming from. Okay? So let's go back to Deuteronomy 28. And we left off at 53, I believe. Yeah. Deuteronomy 28. I'm going to read 52 on down. It says, and he shall besiege thee in all thy gates until thy high and fenced walls come down. And Jake, don't look for no help from these nations when these troops invade this place. Okay? Don't be looking, they ain't, you on your own, Jake, if you ain't with Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay? Wherein thou trustest throughout all thy land, and he shall besiege thee in all thy gates throughout all thy land, which the Lord thy power hath given thee. And thou shalt eat the fruit of thine own body, meaning they're going to siege you in, cut off the food. You ain't going to be able to leave a city, all right? Especially the major cities. They're going to let them cities implode on itself, all right? They're going to cut off all supply coming to the city, and whatever's there, and you can't leave and you can't go. All right, and it's going to be killing and all type of things going on. Okay? So much so that you're going to eat the fruit of your own body. All right? Meaning you're going to commit cannibalism, eating your own children. Okay? For that to sit in and take place, that's a period of time that you stuck. Okay? That's just not no a week and you already eating your child. Right? You gonna go, that's gonna be your last measure. Because it ain't gonna be nothing for you out here. Okay? And there will be Israelites eating their own children. Okay? It says, and thou shalt eat the fruit of thine own body, the flesh of thy sons and of thy daughters, which the Lord thy power have given thee, in the siege and in the straitness wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee. All right? And that's going to be to the utmost power this last time. Okay? This last go-round of punishments that's getting ready to be on you Israelites out here, man. Okay? Now from there, let's jump to 2 Kings. Okay? Chapter 25. And we're going to start at right at the top. All right? And it says, now this is the history. Okay? It was told to us in Deuteronomy 28, and this is one of the times in history this actually happened to us when we were actually sieged off. A famine came. Women were eating their children, and vice versa, men eating their children, okay? And then we were taken over and carried off into captivity. That's what's getting ready to happen in Babylon, but even more iller. Okay? Can't nothing compare in history to what the Most High is getting ready to do in Babylon. All right? It says, 2 Kings 25:1, and it came to pass in the 9th year of his reign, in the 10th month, in the 10th day of the month, that Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came, he and all his hosts, against Jerusalem, and pitched against it. And they built forts against it round about. And the city was besieged unto the 11th year of King Zedekiah. And on the 9th day of the 4th month, the famine prevailed in the city, and there was no bread for the people of the land. Okay, there's the famine. They cut off all goods coming into the city. They cut it off. What was there? Okay? And the city was broken up, and all the men of war fled by night by the way of the gate between two walls, which is by the king's garden. Now the Chaldees were against the city round about, meaning they had it seized off. And the king went the way toward the plain. Now you can actually read about this in the book of Jeremiah. Okay? Jeremiah prophesied this to Zedekiah, and Zedekiah had him put in the dungeon, and it actually came to pass on his ass. All right? It says, verse 5, and the army of the Chaldees pursued after the king and overtook him in the plains of Jericho, and all his army was scattered from him. So they took the king and brought him up to the king of Babylon to Riblah, and they gave judgment upon him, and they slew the sons of Zedekiah before his eyes. And this is what Jeremiah told him. The last thing he was going to see was his sons put to death. All right? It says, and they slew the sons of Zedekiah and put out the eyes of Zedekiah and bound him with fetters of brass and carried him to Babylon. Okay? So this is a time throughout our history in the scriptures that this happened to us. All right? We were sieged off, starved out, okay, ransacked, and carried off into captivity. Okay? Now let's go to still here in 2 Kings. Let me see what this one says. I wrote it down, but I can't remember exactly what it says. I know it's dealing with the siege. Oh, okay. In the siege, how it deals with the nothing coming in, men were eating their own dung and drinking their own urine. All right. I'll just go straight to the point. All right. It says, 2 Kings 18:27. But Rabshakeh said unto them, have my master sent me to thy master and to thee to speak these words? Have he not sent me to the men which sit on the wall, that they may eat their own dung and drink their own piss with you? All right. Now remember, Israel went into captivity. I'm thinking Assyria in captivity. They went into the captivity under the Assyrians. Okay. And now to get some more on that, let's go to the 6th chapter, 2 Kings. Okay. And this is why I entitled it History About to Repeat Itself in the Worst Way. This is 2 Kings chapter 6. 6 and 24. All right. Go straight to the point. And it came to pass after this that Ben-Hadad, king of Syria, gathered all his hosts and went up and besieged Samaria. The land of Samaria is the northern kingdom. All right. The so-called Latin, Latino, Hispanic, and Native American tribes. Okay. And there was a great famine in Samaria, and behold, they besieged it, until an ass's head was sold for 80 pieces of silver, meaning hyperinflation. That's what that means. That means inflation. Okay? And the 4th part of a cab of dove's dung for 5 pieces of silver. And as the king of Israel was passing by upon the wall, there cried a woman unto him, saying, help, my lord, O king. And he said, if the Lord do not help thee, whence shall I help thee? Out of the barn floor, or out of the wine press. All right. So it's gonna be real bad for you single ladies out here. This was a Israelite woman with no man that needed help. Okay. And what did the king say? He said, if the Lord ain't helping you, I can't help you. Okay, it's gonna be a lot of death out here, man. It's gonna be a lot of judgment. I'm gonna say it like that. It's gonna be a lot of judgment out here. Okay? The Lord is getting ready to bring judgment like there's never been, man. And a lot of you women are gonna be caught up in it. Because you head first into this bullshit ass way of life. You totally out of order, the Israelite woman. Okay? We reading about your foremothers right here. Okay? Reading on, all right? Verse 28. And the king said unto her, What aileth thee? And she answered, This woman said unto me, Give thy son that we may eat him today, and we will eat my son tomorrow. You know how bad of a shape you got to be in to where y'all making deals on to eat each other's children because there's no food. All you Israelite women that you it's just you and your house full of kids. Y'all all pile up in your little bins and go to the gas station and you buy them all that bullshit to eat. All right, and it's just you and them kids at the crib, and you just wanted to get out. Go put gas in the car and take them in there. You got everybody some hot Cheetos and an Arizona iced tea. You gonna suffer with them children. Okay, the Most High is not playing with this judgment he getting ready to bring. First ones rubbed out in war are women and children. Okay, how much more of these proud ass single mothers that got child support on these men, on their the men they decided to lay down and have children with, left them. Had children with another man, left him. And that's just been your life. Putting men on child support. You finna catch it. You about to catch it out here, man. Okay? Verse 29. So we boiled my son and did eat him. And I said unto her the next day, Give thy son that we may eat him. And she have hid her son. Booyah. All right? So this is the history of the curses we read about in Deuteronomy 28th chapter. Okay? It's going to go back to you resorting to eating the own flesh of your body. The Lord is going to put this hell on you so bad, man. All right? Now, let's get these last two scriptures of the Lord's words, Yahweh's words, all right? And they both in the book of Luke. First one we're going to get is Luke 19th chapter and the 43rd verse. Okay? Luke 19:43. It says, For the day shall come upon thee that thine enemies shall cast a trench about thee. What's that? That's a siege. This is why these troops is getting in position. All right? This is why this is happening. This is why they telling you food shortage is coming. This is why they telling you there will be rolling blackouts. Okay? They setting the trench about you, Jake, because they coming to war against you. Revelation, the 12th chapter. Okay? It says, For the day shall come upon thee that thine enemy shall cast a trench about thee and compass thee round and keep thee in on every side. This is why Yahweh Shai said in the next chapter, which we're going to read, When ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, flee ye to the mountains. Now, of course, he was talking about the actual city back then, all right? Because he knew that the Romans were going to invade pursuing the 70 A.D. That was history, all right? That was history that happened to us, okay? You had the Flavian dynasty, all right, which was Titus, Domitian, and Vespasian. All right. They tore our ass up so much so, all right, that we ain't been right ever since, man. We ain't been back as a people ever since. We totally failed. All right. And Yahweh Shai warned us of that time. Okay, you had Jake that listened, that got up out of there, and you, of course, you had the knuckleheads, all right, that stayed, and it cost them, to where they were eating their own children, eating leather, eating the leaves off the trees. See? That's the second time that shit happened. But anyway, yeah, they were eating the leaves off of the trees, even to the point to where they you know, went into cannibalism, and then they killed themselves. All right? Instead of falling at the hand of the Romans. Okay? Verse 44. And shall lay thee even with the ground, and thy children with thee. And they shall not leave in thee one stone upon another, because thou knewest not the time of thy visitation. See, and that's what you not knowing, Jake. You ain't paying attention to what the hell is going on. So when it hits you, it's gonna be too late, and you're gonna be laid with the ground, you and your children, because you knew not the time of the Lord's visitation, man. Okay. The book of St. Luke, chapter 21, verse 20, it says, and when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. We're seeing it. They're telling us on these, the governor, Texas governor is talking about an invasion. All right? We're seeing the footage, the infrared footage. And this has been happening for, let's say, at least 3 years now. They've been bringing over these international migrants, as they call them. Okay? Verse 21. Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out. And let not them that are in the countries enter therein too. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. See, now back then, everything wasn't written. That was written wasn't fulfilled. Now is the time where everything is getting ready to be fulfilled. You see the mark of the beast, all right, in mainstream media. They telling you we're headed to a digital currency, all right? It's on a 12-week pilot program as we speak. 3.5, all right, or 3 weeks and maybe a couple of days, which is December 12th, is supposed to go live. It's supposed to be launched. Okay? World War III is definitely in the news. Famine, destruction, all right, pestilence, all that's here. So this is the time when you can apply this as well. This time that we're living in, because all things are about to be fulfilled, right? Verse 23, but woe unto them that are with child, you women. See, it's going to be real bad for you women out here, man. You rebellious creatures. It's going to be very bad for you, okay? It says, but woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. For there shall be great distress in the land, and wrath upon this people. Okay? And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. All right? And we've been trodden down. Okay? These Gentiles and had their last run. They're getting ready to get at us this last time. Majority of our people are getting ready to receive their judgment, no matter how it comes. But ultimately, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai has an elect in whom he's going to protect and raise up to deal with this damn devil and the rest of these heathens. And then Yahweh Shai is going to return and totally deal with their ass. And that's the end of that, all of them, especially the so-called white man, Esau, Edom. Okay? That's the time we're living in. This is the time that we are living in. Okay? So call halal Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Lord will, this was edifying and exhorting to the hopeful elect. Stay prayed up. Keep the faith. Stay fighting, man. All right? It's about to get real. Shalom.